Good evening, everyone, and I hope it is audible to all. So, welcome to another day of A Masterclass. Does anybody having doubts regarding any of the previous sessions? You can just post it. So, repeating of the concepts, it is a little bit difficult only. But if it is anything whichever I have missed, and at the same time, if you have any additional doubts, like whether this application regarding application oriented doubt means it will be more useful for others also. Kindly utilize that out sessions as more wisely. Good evening, Jay Prakash Abhi. Yes, Ashok Kumar, I am fine. I hope you are also fine. Good evening, Ganesh Manikanta. Any participants having doubts, guys can just post it. Yeah, sure, Ashok Kumar and Sai Swarup. Thank you for your valuable feedback. Good evening, Hazan. Good evening and hi to all. Karna, our topics are very interesting. Yes, I'm so happy for that since you guys are more interested. But for still another some couple of days, we'll be just seeing some small kind of topics only. Some mini project related. Like yesterday, we have seen one of the mini project like lane deduction. Like that only today also we are going to see, which is known as fire reduction. Any doubts? I hope everyone is clear completely regarding towards the lane deduction. Good evening, good evening. No participants is having doubt. It's a different thing only. And I request everyone to just share this particular YouTube video to your friends also so that they can also join. Siddhartha has messaged us good evening. So good evening. 20 minutes. Yes, we'll be starting the class. Any doubts can be posted. For the lane detection error, you can just message through the WhatsApp 98409 74408. Hi Nikhil Gupta. Good evening. Yes, yes, Mr. Prasad. AM degree is useful only. Yeah, thank you, Ramshankar sir. 98409 That will be the mobile number for your contact purpose. Good evening all. Yes, hi Akhilesh. Everyone can join to the internship. There is no such restrictions. All are welcome. You're most welcome. Most welcome to all. So if anybody having doubts, means you can just post it from past 9 days, whatever we have going on. So completely till day 9, it has been completed. And today we are going to start with day 10. So that too, most important. I hope so. It will be a part of importance. So those importance can be said as definitely in the name of AI itself. Completely through image processing and XML file, we are going to detect the fire. Yeah. Okay. So is it audible now? Here also I am in full voice only. Screen not visible. It's visible only. Okay. Now whether it is clear? Yes, good evening, and now what is clear? And I hope now the voice will be more clear. Okay, fine. Some of them are saying again audio is too low, some of them are saying audio is high. I'm not sure to whom I should believe. Okay, fine. So for all that particular participants, I hope for everyone it is clear regarding that uh, previous kinds of explanations, whatever we have seen. So the same thing only today also we are going to do, but in the form of some change in application. So from that change in application, we have to know what is that particular change and how that it has been interfaced over here. So on to this particular kinds of functions whenever we are promoting, like the basics whatever we have made. So here we have made it a block diagram. Previously also I have made the block diagrams for many kinds of extensions. That block diagram, it is nothing but to achieve the process. Now that whole process will be converted into a single block, and we will be adding some more features and will make it to the real time over here. So now we are going to start with our day 10 fire detection using opencv. So this is my general profile. So about Pantech, we provide educational equipments for engineering institutions on the Department of Artificial Intelligence, IoT, CSE, IT, EC, EEE, E&I, robotics. We also provide technical training for staff, students, and industrial persons. Also, we provide prototypes and do-it-yourself kit for all the project support. Even for research support, also we are providing it for everyone. Our motto is to share the knowledge for 10 million students. So almost we have reached around of 1,20,000 subscribers. I hope so. I mean it. So the thing is, only this much till we have reached. Our knowledge has been reached only to that much students. So I hope still we will be continuing with emerging technologies. So in that emerging technologies itself, we have crossed with many leading technologies. Like recently, ML has finished, and before that, electric vehicle, then renewable energy, and currently electric vehicle short-term classes going on, and then IoT has been completed, and currently AI is also going on. So like that, we will be just continuing with prolonging the technologies, and from the technologies, everyone can choose that this kind of knowledge will be provided to everyone. So from that knowledge only, they can decide the career. Why we are sharing it as publicly and it is very free over through YouTube means for everyone, even for the children who are struggling to get a career guidance. So this technologies and these projects will make them helpful. So even nowadays, for most of the students have started to learn from 7th, 8th of the robotics and all. So soon, this kind of AI also they will be starting to learn as quick as possible. So they will get an idea. So this is known as AI, this is known as robotics, this is known as electric vehicle. they will get a particular chapter. For that, they don't need to attend all the classes. Maybe some one or two classes they can attend, and from that they will get an idea so whether this can be interesting for them or not. Because for some of them Java will be interesting, for some of them Python will be interesting, like that. So for that we will be conducting all the technologies, and on that basis, therefore we will be working. So everyone stay tuned, and those who are willing to help your friends or your siblings means you can just share this particular environment to them. So everywhere, anywhere they can learn. Anytime also they can learn. Even though it is for limited means, all that particular guidance oriented technological guidance courses we won't be just stopping. So anyway, that particular video still will be available for everyone. Okay, so I hope you all will support us to reach 10 million students to learn the technology in an easy way. And for all the participants, I hope so. Like previously, whatever we have learned, it was very simple. Like I am so happy that lane detection has been conducted yesterday only, and as soon as possible, they were able to revert me that there are some error in that particular programming code. So that makes me more happy. I hope everybody is enjoying, and it was a simple way, not taking much time. So whenever we are going for this kind of small projects, we can finish it as quick as possible. So whenever if you are just going for some major projects, some high end means it takes some extended time. So like that kind of different modes only you will be able to fix it. Yes, Srinivas Raju sir, electrical problem. For electrical problem, inside that particular artificial intelligence means either we have to go with powertronics or renewable energy. So maybe we will be conducting that emerging also inside that integration of AI with power, but not in this particular platform, because for this the complete agenda has been defined over there. So based on that, it will be moving on. Okay, sure, and I hope everyone is clear with all the technical things which we are going on. So announcement, attendance will be issued at from 8 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. within that time, and e-certificate will be provided at end of the series, and 25 days attendance is required to get free masterclass participation. So this is the difference between free masterclass and internship. So we'll be explaining in detail. So the entire agenda has been listed out. From that we have moved on towards the computer vision applications now. The basic image and video processing techniques and all has been completed. So now we are dealing with application. Initially we have seen lane detection, and today we are going to see fire detection. So this is the entire 30 days masterclass agenda. Participants, I welcome you all for this today's session, fire detection using opencv. So now here our main application is fire detection, and it has been openly obtained as using opencv. So without opencv, it is not possible to complete that entire session now. Whenever you are going with this opencv means we have to know that complete functions. So from that we have covered what are the filters almost, and what are the particular steps, how to call the functions, and how a basic application can be created. So those kind of some inputs I was able to provide for everyone. Now from that itself, here we will be able to collect that entire data, like whether this is kind of a device or it is not a kind of device. So whether this application is related to it. And today the fire detection, whatever I am going to do, it is not completely based on the video process. So this cannot be set as in the form of video process. For the real time, here everything is ready. The only tool which we need, the matchbox. So with the help of matchbox we can light, and will help you to show how it is being detected and how we are able to get that complete data from that. So from that particular data, what and all the relative applications will be explained. So throughout that particular functions, here we will be also knowing how that process will be there, and what is the most important part here with that particular fire detection towards that XML over applied meaning. So generally, whatever we have done, similarly for that lane detection, almost it is equal to that kind of function only. So if we go for that particular contents, today we will be just learning what are the methods to be followed to detect the fire. To detect the fire, how that particular method we will be able to apply. Now once when we are just starting with this, so generally the thing is we have to go with the input part. So input is nothing but which kind of device it is going to hire the input, it is camera. So through camera we are able to provide that input, and from that we have to apply the different enhancement parts, okay, like smoothing and creating that edges, then from that the conversions and the region of interest, and from that the fire detector. Among this all the technical terms it is known for everyone, so that is quite interesting and everyone is known towards that technical terms. Why means from scratch we have started, not from the scratch of Python, from the scratch of opencv we have started, and now everyone is very familiar with this kind of technical terms. Now how that particular application is being done, so for that let us take it in the form of a different story over here. Like here, once when we are detecting the fire, so this is nothing but the fire. We have to, whenever we are going to design a particular solution for an application means, we have to know that object statistics, because from that only we will be able to bring the solution as easy as possible. So now we have just ready ready with our fire, and I hope this looks like fire. Okay, fine, almost it is looking like fire. So from this, when it can be said as a fire, now it is in the form of some eye only, but I can make it as a kind of fire over here. So now here it has been applied. Now almost this particular color. So now this fire has some different stages. So among that, the top stage color it is known as the orange one, and from that the next stage it comes under the slight yellow, can be said as some yellowish, but here it is not possible to paint it in that way. And the final part it is nothing but the blue, which is known as the pure form of the flame. So once whenever we are just able to detect that different parts means, here as the technical things of the fire means we have the different colors, like, but majority all the colors the blue part is less seen, whereas the orange part and the yellow part can be seen higher in that particular mode. Now whatever the model we are able to detect or we are able to create over here, so for that particular module, even if it matches towards our color, if the lighting is not proper, none of the video processing or image processing based AI won't work properly. So for that only those guys has been enhanced with some sort of functions like low light So those kind of implementations run in many of the camera. So from that to detect that targeted object as easy as possible. Now itself, here I have brightened according to that respective requirement for our output. Now onto this, here the fire color is also orange and my face is also little bit in the form of an orange or brown or like a face colors. So the orange and the face color are almost same. So once when we are just going for this kind of color combinations, color tracking means this is the issue we will be facing. So if it is detecting my face as fire means then it is nothing but the values are matching. The values of that particular face color and that particular orange color is almost matching. So from that only it will be able to get it. Now if we are just brightening, so if we are just brightening that particular targeted object means then the deviation will be there. So that deviation only here with the help of some additional lighting setups I am able to make as an respective output over there. So once when we are integrating towards this particular kind of functions means now we have technically known what are all the basic structures of a fire. Now that has to be trained towards the machine. So for that we will be having that respective kind of functions. Now itself if you are just making this kind of blurring, so what is the use of blur? Now we can see everything it is image in the form of a highly oriented kind of sharpened one. Now whenever I am getting standard, now the pixel sizes you guys can see. For example, so here you can see that clearly there is no such deviations and all, and it is able to detect that particular fire. Whenever I am keeping the position whatever I have drawn, it is able to rearrange it by itself. Now the same thing if I am just elongating it means the pixel is getting varied. So to smoothen that spot, that particular spots, once whenever we are getting the squares, if you have to smoothen means we have to apply that particular blurring. So that is known as the kind of filters which and all we have been applied. Now next thing if you are just moving over here means the same thing how it gets smoothened up over there. So smoothened up means it will be having some sort of a slight variation. So that variations only here it can be occurred. So now like if I am just taking, so this is one sort of line, only one line I am just taking. So like I will be able to just make it as smooth. There it will be in the form of sharpen, here it will be in the form of blur. So this will be that particular difference which we will be able to see up over here whenever we are just coloring. Now from that particular same thing only here we are also just moving on as a mixing part. Now the same layers only whichever it has been blurred over here. Now the next thing is like other color. So now the three colors only it has been blurred onto the same. So since I am not much interested to show in the form of a paint, therefore I have been just roughly shown how that blurring will be there, where this is little bit studious color which can be set as in the form of bright or darken one. The same thing, if you are just floating or just dragging it down, means it gets automatically the form of a sloping part. So the same thing, once when we are just integrating over here, means it has to be move on towards the next part. So what is the next part here we will be going on? The other thing is we have to apply the another filter. So that filter, it is set as bilateral filter, which is used for the edge purpose. So it has to detect that particular shape along with the color over here. Now again, after that, the grayscale conversion, and from that we will be extracting the features, and from that XML file. So already we are having that XML file, which previously we have used it for face, but both face and this particular XMLs are different. So here we can see that different features which is applied for the fire. So like here that feature parameters, the boosting area, feature size, internal nodes, everything we are able to collect. The threshold value, stage threshold value, this and all occurred whenever we have been training towards the fire or the color portions. So this project can be done in two different ways, either by training with fire data itself, other one is training with color data. So maximum here we will be just going with training only, training of color data. That is only the widely applied. So from that, the color portions, everything we will be able to denote. So this much amount of data set and its internal nodes has been connected. So through that only we will be able to classify the different part which was obtained inside the color. Now here we can see that reacting value, the feature of the fire value. So from this one set of value only here I have registered into the program. So like whenever it is reaching that particular value, we will be able to get that respective fire detected, and from that we can create the multiple kind of alerts, sending mails, sending message, everything can be done. So this is nothing but the range of colors which is obtained for the detection of fire. But it is not necessary that whatever the value I have given, it should match over here. Around that particular values only we require. Because here the fire will be detected in that way, and whatever the value we are getting into that particular code, we are able to just collect that entire data over here. So in that way only we will be able to apply this kind of functions, and from that functions we have to extract the feature for matching purpose. So in this way only we will be able to detect the fire. Now we have seen till that particular part of bilateral filter. So within that bilateral filter itself, we have almost completed. Now from the same thing, I'm just going to convert this into grayscale. So now we can convert this into grayscale part. So in gray itself we have different types. So the darker colors and the lighter gray. So within that itself we are able to convert into this grayscale. Now from that particular grayscale, here we will be applying the region of interest. So region of interest is the most important requirement, because among that entire, if a person is catching that, assume myself as a person, and if I am catching that particular fire over here, means it has to log only that particular fire. So that is the most important part which are required for it. So therefore that particular part only here also it must be done, and that region of interest will be applied with some of the colors, and therefore this is known as the region of interest. But whatever we are seeing, it will be in that particular form of color only in the real time. Whatever through the input video only, it will be also directed. But in background, we will be just forming that different phases. So that particular phases only here we will be able to work. So this kind of functions only here we can redirect it with the help of fire detection. Previously, which we have discussed the color detection. With that help of color detection also we can detect the fire. So those are still remembering that thing. You can just practice it and you can make it that as one sort of assignment or training part. That is for everyone. Okay, so just everyone can practice that particular thing, and once this particular bounding box is applied, therefore we can classify the fire has been detected. Anyway, the bounding box will be there for fraction of seconds. We won't be able to see, but don't worry. For our code, we have just kept a snapshot. So once the fire is detected, it will take the snapshot and it will save the file. So that saving that particular file is available. So like this. So this is the mastic with fire, and finally we'll be able to get an output like this. Input also the same, the output also the same. Now we have seen that respective block, and we have seen how the output also will be there. So till this, does anybody have doubt? Any doubts means you can just post it. And guys, till this day, till the day 10, if you guys have liked this particular session means you can just post it in the chat or the comment as 10 with thumbs up or the party poppers, so that it will like feels like celebrating. We are on 10th day. We are going to complete the day 10 on artificial intelligence, which makes myself and my team as a good interaction with you guys. So you guys can just post it. And any doubts till here means you can just post it in chat also. Ready to help. And in between, I would like to announce, so the batch 1 coupon has been ended. Like previously, everyone might have been used welcome AI, that has been completely ended. So with that coupon, you guys won't be able to join anymore towards the internship. And the next batch we are going to start, batch 2. So you can enter it as batch 2 AI. That will be the another referral code. The codes and its details, everything will be shared towards the site. Everyone can collect it from there. Yes, the code I will be still, it has not started. Will be showing it. Sri Lakshmi Engineering Education, yes, it will work, but it should be in a proper lighting. Yes, that will be the major issue if you are working with color based. We have to solve it. Thank you all. Thank you all for sharing this wonderful positive energy over here. Happy. What if someone wears orange or yellow dress? That is the reason till now they have not implemented this AI. That is the only kind of drawback. So still there are many kinds of fire detection with neural networks also. Soon one of the fire detection will be applied. Yes, Sai Santosh, the codes you will be able to get from our site. Any other technical doubts on this? Okay, thanks to all participants. So once again, I am reminding you all, the second batch 2 coupon code has been generated. Batch 2 AI. So that will be the next coupon code. So enter the coupon code and get the availed offers to you. Those are interested, they can join. Yes, Madhav Bogala, good idea. So from smoke detector, it will compare the value with image processing. What is there means it is possible. Good. Bilateral filter. Yes, that particular filter, it means the respective application which has been applied for that complete edges or the particular patterns to be monitored over there. So for that only they will be using this bilateral filter. Okay, Sai, if you are having that troubleshoot into your account means ping to 98409 So this code is Python or HTML. That is in XML. Okay, that is not code. That is the dataset which we are going to use. The code in Python, above only we are going to see that. I said, Santosh still not uploaded. After this session only we will be enable it in our site pantechelearning.com. So inside that AI masterclass you can get it. Yeah, maybe we will be starting soon. I hope so. Importing in Jupyter Notebook and all same way only. Import CV2 through the Jupyter Notebook terminal. We can install that opencv. So those things and also same over here. Only thing is for displaying that outputs you have to use matplotlib. XML data contains everything as numerical data only. Numerically trained data matrix. Almost can be said as matrix. Okay, fine. Now let us get into the code part. So here whenever we are just going for this kind of functions, we need some most important parts like import OS, import CV2, import NumPy, import sys, import time. So all that particular data, whatever it has been taken as a snapshot, it will be stored into the folder named as datasets over here, like detected. Then all that particular image will be cropped itself, cropped in the sense like this. So initially it has cropped the eyesight. Then like once when we are going for this kind of functions, first we have to call our cascade classifier. Previously the same cascade classifier only we have used for face. Now the same cascade classifier only we are using for fire also, but the dataset is slight different. There we have used hair cascade face, frontal face. Here we are using fire reduction.xml. So after that particular thing, we have to enable the video capture. tv2.video capture. Two variables should be declared and cap.read inside the while loop. So inside that particular while loop, here we will be able to continuously receive the different kinds of formats like the different frames we have to occur over there. Then the data will be converted into np.ones, like ones 7x7 matrix in float 32 we are able to convert it. Then 2D filter of Gaussian is applied to smoothen that image or the video prospectus. From that, the bilateral filter to detect the edge enhancement will be applied. And from that, we are moving on to the color conversion into gray. That is most common. And finally, we are calling our cascade and detecting the multi-scale. Now, whenever it is detecting the fire, it will be cropped with x, y, width and height. So from that we will be able to detect the color whenever the blue color is bounding box is declared. Therefore, that is known as that location has the fire. That's the reason. And then finally we have a value. So this is the value whichever the fire it is able to detect with mine. So likewise, you guys also can try this, and at your place, whatever the value you are receiving, you can also get that complete output. And this will be that particular file. If you just print means whenever you are just lighting that fire, so at that time how the value is obtained. So that is the regional place for your place the fire is being obtained. So therefore we have to apply this. And from that, therefore the cv2 dot rectangle automatically will be displaying the blue color bounding box. For that only this particular line is being applied. Now we have to apply the ROI. So ROI in grayscale and ROI in real-time image will be applied. Y means to take the snap of that particular fire. And if A, the respective value it is reached, it will count for 60 times. So within that particular 60 times, if it is true only, we will be able to get it. And till that for purpose, we have taking the snapshots of the ROI fire. So that will be the respective functions. And from that, if the fire is detected, it will show the fire is detected, else it will display nothing. No outputs will be there. Then if the fire is detected, one more function will be there, cv2.imWrite. It will take the snapshot of image which we have seen as the real output. So in this way only, here we will be just working with fire detection using opencv. Okay, so this is nothing but the fire detection using opencv. Let us have a try. So now I am running the module, and here we have image, the grayscale with blurred, and the bilateral. So in this bilateral, you guys can just see how that particular edges can be highlighted, and this is the Gaussian blur. Here we can see that particular thing once the fire is being detected. Until now the fire is not being detected itself. I have been on for more than 10 to 12 seconds, I hope so. So now I'm just going to light it. So here I have that particular matchbox. Now onto this particular distance. So even though if we doesn't have any of the quick response, this is it is recognizing. So that itself it is good for us. I hope so. And from this I hope it is a good and successful output. So this is just a basic implementation with opencv. So like this we can move for many other kinds of outputs as easy as possible. After that it has not able to detect any of the fire since I have shut it down. I am shutting down the entire program, and therefore here we have received the output. So the respective place, that particular position it is able to track. where the fire is. So through this, if you are adding some IoT protocols like SMTP or online API SMS means, you will be able to alert the respective person or their particular owner if any shops is getting burned or any of the object is getting burned, so that alert can be provided. Along with image itself, we will be able to provide the alert through mail. As an attachment, we will be able to send it. So from that, in this way only, the fire will be detected. So does anybody having doubt until here? Can you hold any orange object and test the code? If I hold orange also, it will be tracking that orange as fire only. Why the reason means, according to the brightness or whatever the color, especially if I am showing the color from mobile means, the mobile brightness also that orange looks like almost fire only according to the machine's view. So in that way also we will be able to detect. It is because of the color. The smoke won't be easily captured with the help of this camera. All the cameras cannot be able to detect that much kind of low smoke. So if it is a huge smoke only, the camera will be able to detect. Yes, Ragini, to enough way, yes, to get an idea what is AI using Python, this is more than enough. Yes, Prabhudeja, you can test by yourself. I won't be the right person for that. No, AI is big C. We need to explore it in many ways. Yeah, that's what Pavan I am saying. To understand what is AI, this is enough. Any doubts? Okay, so once if you are going towards this particular kind of application means, here once when we are integrating this fire detection, it can be applied in the form of IoT. IoT with the computer vision can be done, and then the same thing can be integrated. Where means some kind of malls, hotels, wherever it is in risky and can be interconnected with the fire station. So therefore, whenever the fire alert is provided, including the respective GPS location, we can also send it through mail or that alert whatever we need through IoT. So those kind of applications and all we will be able to integrate with computer vision AI. So in this way only the computer vision AI is helping for fire detection, and I hope this will be the real-time examples which everyone is looking for. So today's AI news. Nowadays, the high performance computing has been become crucial to competitive advantage in every industry. The reason is since many of them have started to work with artificial intelligence, so the high performance computing like i7 processor, i5 10th generation Ryzen 7 processor, or going with 1040 GPU, 1060 GPU, then 4 GB RAM of GPU, 8 GB RAM of GPU, like the kind of high configurations here we are able to follow. So that will be the current trend, which is so many AI solutions we'll be able to get in future, because everyone has switched into that particular functions over there. Madhav Pogla, on to my uh, study, I have not seen anywhere. The reason is the color only problem. Yes, Vishwanath Punavar, we can also try in that particular way. The help of heat sensor, fire sensor, this and all can be done. Difference between infrared camera and this fire detection. Infrared camera, it works based on the infrared light rays. So it can be used also in the form of night vision. Yeah, this is very short program, very simple program over here. Yeah, Gaussian filter, it is used for smoothing, so that layers, everything gets smoothened, no sharpened image will be there. Because without smoothing that video, it is slightly difficult in order to work with that reductions and rangings over here. That's why for all the video processing, the Gaussian filter is applied. Still any doubts? I hope for everyone it is clear. Devendra Are, to learn Python from basics, especially if you want to get in to the technological field, the major practice with the problem and solutions are needed. So whether it is a good learner or bad learner, I always prefer interested learner. Interested learner only here it applies. Gompa Dilip Kumar, to install OpenCV in Anaconda Navigator, create the environment, open the environment, and into that provide pip install opencv-python. It is a very simple way. Prabhu Teja, no problem. There's no issues with that. And the thermal camera detection for fire. So thermal camera detection, it completely comes for the rangings in the different lightings, that colors over there. So that particular colors only here we will be able to measure, especially for boiler points, to measure the heat. Okay, that is only the purpose of thermal camera. Detecting fire is different, detecting heat is different. Heat is an effect or radiation. Fire, it is an object which we can touch and feel. Even heat we can feel, but even though if we touch means the effect only we are reacting it, not an object over there. So to measure the heat substance only, the thermal camera will be used. Yes, Janakiram, for today's session it has been completed. That's why. So to collect the code, you can just log into pantechlearning.com. For our project purpose, we have kept it our own. So this code is available with us. I hope everyone is clear regarding towards the internship. So those who are joining for the internship, the particular additional things you will be getting it as 60 days access will be there, and for all the 30 days videos will be there along with the files with PPT and the step-by-step videos. So through that we will be able to understand. Thank you, Janagi Ram. So happy for that. Thank you, Pawan. Bye, Prabhu. Yes, definitely everything is commercial, in my view. Anjaneyalu, actually, the fire reduction project here you have to highlight in the form of detecting that ROI as well as the respective color over there. Or you can also just try with some deep learning techniques which will boost your gradings over there onto your project. Ravindra, I'm not sure which is the best institute. From my side, our institute is best. Our center is best for Python. Relationship between AI and Python. Python is a bridge to develop AI. That's it. Thank you, Gunashekar, for providing this wonderful comment on teaching skills. 0324. Thank you for learning from us. Okay, guys, thank you all. Cost of the system for high computing, at least 50 to 60K you have to spend it. Yes, definitely AI is useful for placements. Actually, day 9 attendance has been closed. Today you will be receiving day 10. Okay, guys, then thank you all. Happy learning.